It's the last weekend in September. Here's some cruise news. This is a great story. Princess has its newest ship. It was handed over from the Fincantieri shipyard in Italy on September 26th. It's going to do a little red run, and then it's going to head over to the United States, and it'll be doing Caribbean cruises out of Fort Lauderdale, probably Fort Lauderdale, because that's where most of their ships leave out of. Actually, I've been looking at some of them, and the pricing is fantastic. The Star Princess is a sister ship to the Sun Princess. It's part of the Sphere class. The Sun Princess just came out last year. I've done some videos on the Sun Princess already. One of them is just a whole variety of cabins that you could choose from. Everything from the basic inside cabin to a wheelchair accessible cabin to the 2-bedroom cabin with walk-in closets and a massive balcony, dining area, that kind of thing. If you're interested in seeing what a brand new Princess ship looks like in terms of accommodations, check out that video. Jays, they just won another game. I think they're gonna make it to the playoffs. Catching a Blue Jays game is just one of the activities you could do this fall if you're cruising into Toronto. Other things that you could do is in Port Colborne, go see Niagara Falls, head on down to Niagara on the lake, maybe go see some fall colors that would be on the trees. It depends where you are. They're not quite changed yet, but they'll be in the next week or two. You could go do some hikes. You could go to the apple orchards and pick your own apples. The Grape and Wine Festival's going on in St. Catharines, Ontario, which is just down the road from Port Colborne, and it's also a short drive or GO train ride from Toronto. Another fun thing to do if you're cruising into Toronto is rent a supercar. There are 2 companies I know of that do this. One would be GTA Exotics and the other one's Ultimate Exotics. You could go on a 3-hour car tour in 5 different supercars. So that might be some fun that you want to check out if driving a Ferrari or a McLaren is one of your dreams. You'll be doing it down some country roads. That activity usually runs into November. But those are some tips for fall cruising. That would be on either your Great Lakes cruise or some of the cruises that are doing the East Coast cruising that stop in Quebec City offer an extended stay in the Toronto area. Other things that have been going on in cruising lately seem to revolve around the shorter duration cruises, and one of them was at the buffet over chicken nuggets. Lately there's been a lot of video chatter about cruise brawls. I'm not sure if that's a new thing or that kind of thing has always been going on. Personally, I've been cruising over 20 years now, and I've never seen a ship brawl, nor do I want to see one. I hope that situation gets sorted out. And river cruises, it's always been popular, but it just seems like more and more people want to go on it because they're building more ships. Celebrity has announced that you can book a river cruise with them. Celebrity has different classes of ships now. They have their cruise ships, they have the expedition ships that go to the Galapagos, and now they're going to be doing river cruises. So the river cruises with Celebrity start in 2027, but bookings are available now. Also, with river cruising, Riviera Cruises has announced that they'll be doing cruises just for solo travelers. So that's great because everybody on board on some of their sailings will be strictly solo travelers. So you can meet other people that like to travel solo and not feel so awkward. But I think it's kind of a neat concept. I'm very curious how that's going to pan out. Now that we're heading into October, it's fall, the temperatures are changing in different parts of the world, and people are going to want to start getting away to go to the Caribbean. So Caribbean is still #1 in terms of popularity and a destination for cruising. A lot of the cruise ships are home ported in certain areas over the summer, and they're going to be making their way to Florida. There'll be a big inventory of cruise ships that are going to be trickling in starting in October, November, more in December, and then by January, February it's full force. March and April you start to see the ships leaving again. So there are a ton of options if you want to cruise the Caribbean, and the most popular places to cruise out of are Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Port Canaveral. So Florida, there's also some cruises leaving out of Jacksonville and Tampa, and I even saw Margaritaville at sea leaving out of Palm Beach. As an alternative, you can also sail out of Galveston, Texas, and San Juan, Puerto Rico. Personally, I like sailing out of San Juan, but that's a whole nother video for another day. It's a little bit trickier to get to depending on where you're coming from. Florida's easy. Well, that's about a wrap for today. We'll see you in the next video. I'm Cruisin' Jules. Have a great day.